Black people in social service agency. Let's talk about that. Growing up as a young black boy from childhood now into adulthood, it seems to me that one real constant thing that I have noticed in the relationship of black people in this country is that we appear to always have a large percentage of us. We have a culture that constantly has involvement with government agencies, particularly social service agencies. The toxic relationship between black people and social service agencies, one of dependence, one of feeling inadequate, particularly those on the other end of that feeling superior, looking down upon people, abuse of power. That in a nutshell describes the relationship that black people have with social service agencies. As a kid, growing up in rural Louisiana, my first awareness of social service agencies were people or kids my age who were receiving food stamps and who were receiving welfare benefits. I can remember going to the store with money, and I'm seeing kids with welfare food stamps. Those stamps that they used to give back in the day, where it was basically food stamp money, these coupons and shit where you could actually buy food with. Colorful looking paper, looked like Monopoly money with faces on it, and government with politician faces and ex-presidents, dead presidents, and whomever else, and different government symbols. I didn't even know what it was, but many of my friends did, and I got to learn. And I asked my mom, and she educated me on it. Then you hear adult women and some men talking about welfare checks. Again, as I talked about, this is a relationship that resonates with a lot of black people, and it's one of dependency. As I gotten older, I began being aware and being cognizant of people who were receiving SSI checks. Quote unquote, what we say in the black community, the crazy check. Didn't really know much about Social Security. Although I used to hear everybody talking about on the news when I would watch the news, we won't have Social Security benefits, and this was in the 80s. We're not going to have Social Security. It's going to be bankrupt in 2015. Now, fast forward, I'm in 2021, and the Social Security, whatever we want to call it, the Treasury, that the government, as far as whoever is managing that, the government managing that, it's still operational. Again, a lot of black people talk about that free check. Well, it's not really a free check because it costs the taxpayer. Toxic relationship. It produces dependency, lack of ambition, laziness. You're deeming something as being for free when it's not for free. It costs. This is the toxic relationship. This is how black people minimize their ability to flourish by wanting something they think the government, they're entitled to receive certain things from the government. Throughout high school, continued to hear about government assistance. Continued to hear about government programs, the welfare programs, child care programs. Started hearing about child care programs, the NCI benefits, other welfare benefits, emergency food stamps. I would even hear kids that I grew up with that would talk about it, and I would hear adults talking about it. Then I used to hear about government grants. I used to hear about Medicaid in high school. Having Medicaid benefits, free health care. There were people that I saw master the ability to receive every bit of government benefits that they could qualify. Financial assistance to pay bills. These are the things that a large percentage of people in our community depend on. And it's a damn shame, because a lot of these people that can depend on those benefits can afford to get their butts out and work and make a decent living, whether they're skilled or non-skilled. And they choose not to. These are facts. This is the type of relationship that black people, a large percentage of black people, have with the federal government. Large percentage of black people, particularly with the state governments, as it relates to Social Security benefits, welfare benefits, TANF, food stamps, NCI benefits. Then you have those, I started hearing things about people that were registered foster care parents receiving all types of government benefits. Then I began hearing benefits about you being able to take care of a loved one and the state will pay you for it. Again, these are all government related benefits. And this is real. This is real. This is not me just saying something. This is real. Section 8. Let me not talk about Section 8, because that is actually probably the most expensive form of government entitlement. I didn't really start knowing about Section 8. Well, all I really knew was people that lived in the projects. I didn't know actually what that meant as a kid until I got into high school. HUD, Section 8. People paying $10 a month rent, or some just was free. Fast forward to me being an adult, now I'm working on the other side of that, where I'm assisting people as a bachelor's level clinician, being a case manager, helping people get these very benefits. And I did it that from 1999 to 2006. No, 1999 to 2002. And then I did a little bit more from, to 2002, 2003. And then I did a little bit more when I moved to Texas in 2003 to 2006. I mean, 2006, 2007, around that time. Then I totally began doing more clinical work outside of that after 2007, for the most part. And the fact that when you do it for a living, you learn of all the different things that the government offers. And of course, the recipients are usually young black women, particularly those that have children, and they all get benefits. Move to the state of Texas, you start to begin to see all of the immigrant benefits. And then you're seeing white people who receive benefits that nobody ever wants to talk about. They're mad at everybody else that are getting benefits because they want it all. We're talking about things that deal with food, clothing, shelter. We're talking about things that deal with housing. We're talking about all types of benefits that you heard of and don't hear of, that some qualify for and some don't. The underbelly of it all is that it reinforces dependency and it doesn't foster independence. Particularly people that have obtained these benefits for years and years and years. There are people who've been on Section 8 all their life. That is not the intent of Section 8. There are people who've been receiving food stamps all their life. That's not the intent. There are people who are getting Section 8 HUD housing all their life. That's not the intent. Then I learned about, as I become a professional, people with disability that qualify for certain things. That's understandable because you have a disability that hinders your ability to function appropriately. But what we're talking about today is the fact that there are people with no mental disabilities, no physical disabilities, and they know how to game the system for every dime that they can get. So kind of think about what I'm saying, guys. Please leave comments in the comment section. I just wanted to talk about this and get your opinion. D. Durrell Life Solutions. Have a great day.